I've been doing sugar free. I gave up sugar. This sugar free blueberry pie is the bomb. I'm giving offering to the ancestors. Whenever you give offering to the ancestors, you always want to do first fruit. And so the very first slice, I'm putting aside to the ancestors. And I'm pairing it with some sugar free tea. So we got our sugar free tea. We got our sugar free blueberry pie. That's what's going on the altar right now. The one thing that I want to just say with this reading is that, y'all, whenever you feel I'm nipping off the ancestors' plate, we eat with the ancestors. This blueberry pie so damn good. Sugar free. That's all I'm doing right now, sugar free. So, man, that's good. Oh, that's good. So, you definitely want to give to the ancestors. So I'm doing a ritual right now, technically a ceremony, cleansing Elijah. So whenever you feel that witchcraft is being thrown your way, or you do a lot of rituals in house and you're always working with spirits, not only do you need to make sure you're cleansing yourself, but you need to make sure that you're cleansing everybody in the house. Everybody in the house must be cleansed. And so, today I took the time to do a full blown ceremony for Elijah. So just bringing in blessings. I have him in front of one of the deities, created a pillar of salt, a candle on the left and right, have him directly centered in the middle, have incense flowing all on his body. Um, I created an oil, having a rub it all on his body, everywhere on his body, and now I'm doing my head offering now. So I'm heating up the oil that I made for the head offering, so that I can rub it in his hair, and he sit right there in that circle until that candle is done. Until that candle is done burning, he is right in that circle. And so it's nothing but incense, tobacco smoke, all types of stuff to cleanse and to remove and strip anything that could possibly be on them. You want to make sure that you're doing these ceremonies and these rituals on your kids when you are working in house. If you are working in house, you must make sure that you are protecting your kids as well. If you have spirits and stuff that you're working with, if you think that somebody is sending you witchcraft, baby, that witchcraft just don't affect you. It affects everybody in your energy field. And especially with your kids being in home with you, it affects them more than anything. So we need to make sure that we are, cleansing and, blessing these kids. And then especially with Elijah, one of the main thing that was in this oil that I created with all of the herbs and everything is money oil. One of the things that we want to do is when these kids are young, bring them blessings now. Don't be proactive. Don't wait till something happen and then you find out that it's hard for this kid to get a job, that it's hard for them to find love in life, that they're going through all of these trials and tribulations. Be proactive. It's why these kids are young. Start doing rituals on them non-stop to bring in blessings. One of the main things in here is nothing but money herbs. And so with this oil, the first thing I told him, I was like, Elijah, go take a shower, come down here once you get done taking a shower. As soon as he got done taking his shower, putting this oil on him from his feet to his head, because this is to bring in blessings. This is to bring in money. This is to bring in success for him, that he will have victory in life, that nothing will stop him, removing any roadblocks, removing things that can potentially stop him in the future, letting go of any philosophies that he has built that will be able to stop him. And so, with this oil, it's from the feet up. And so, I had him to do his feet all the way up to his shoulders. And then from there, put him in a circle right by one of my deities that is known for blessings, removing curses, and all types of stuff. Put a pillar of salt around, put a candle on the left, candle on the right. Watch those candles. Those candles are divination. How fast they burn, what type of smoke come out, how they move, how they dance. The candles is divination. The candles will tell you a lot. And so that's the purpose of the candles. The candles is not only is it divinations, but you put one on the left and right because this is a portal. It's opening a portal that is bringing the spirit of money. It's bringing the spirit of wealth. It's bringing the spirit of success. It's bringing the spirit of abundance and prosperity. That, you're doing these things so that you can make sure that this kid is blessed and nothing is going to stop him. Nothing is going to be in this path that's going to stop him. And so the candle on the left, candle on the right. Of course, since this is money, the candle is green, and you watch that candle. And then inside the circle, it's nothing but incense. As this oil is on him, it's nothing but incense that's going all on his body. And even with the incense, it's money incense. It's to bring in money. And so you have your oil on you, you have your incense going, and then with me, it's tobacco smoke and other stuff that's specific for Ifa. And then it's after that, it's staying in that circle until that candle is completely done burning. You do not let them move until that candle is completely done burning, because you need to know exactly what that candle is going to say. That candle is nothing but divination. And so this oil is only to the shoulders. It's a different oil that I used for his forehead, to anoint his forehead, and then now I'm doing the head offering. And so my oil for the head offering is coming. And so once you do this, this is going to stay on them for 24 hours. So this is going to stay on them for 24 hours. You do not, once he, I already told Elijah, once this is done, you're going to put on all white. You're going to put some white over your head, white on your body, white on your top, white bottoms. And then, of course, he's home, so he don't need socks. But if you're somewhere, especially in a place that you don't know, wear white socks. Because when you're in a place that you don't know, you don't know what spells and stuff they have done in that home. Never be barefoot in somebody else's home. You don't know what rituals they're doing. You don't know what prayers they're doing. And this person could be doing a return to sender or some type of chaos magic, and your bare feet, and you walked right into the spell. That energy that is in that home is being sucked in through your feet. You never go barefoot in somebody's home. Even if you go to somebody's house and they tell you that you must take off your shoes, have some type of socks, house shoes, or something on. Never go into anybody's house and go bare feet. That's one of the worst things you can do. You will wonder why things in your life is turning chaotic. Let me go put this offering on the ancestor altar. And see, some of y'all be playing around with witchcraft. Y'all be playing around with it too much. Y'all let these people saying all types of shit, and you do nothing to defend yourself. It's hard for people to do magic and shit on you when you're already doing shit on yourself. It's hard for somebody to do magic on you when you are constantly doing love rituals to bring love in or to strengthen your relationship, to strengthen the bond that you have with somebody, that you're constantly doing money rituals to bring in money and new opportunities. When you are constantly doing what you're supposed to be doing, it is hard as fuck for somebody to come in and try to wreck that when you have a solid routine of cleansing yourself and sending you blessings. Let me go put this head offering on Elijah. Let me make sure it's not too hot. Let me put this head offering on him and I'll be right back. Because I need to put this in his hair. I will bless thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will sing forth thy marvelous word. I'm telling you, y'all, I make sure that mine is okay. This stuff is extremely important. All right, y'all. But yeah, I don't. I'm telling you, I don't play around when it comes to rituals and stuff like that. I did a floor wash last night, and then after the floor wash, I cleansed the house with air elements, which is incense. All right, so just pop that thing right there on the ancestor altar. Give offering. Always very important to give offering. Ooh, here we go. I'm telling you, some of you will find that your life is a whole lot better if you start cleansing and doing Ebo. Cleansing and Ebo, those are the two number one things. Well, it's technically three. You want to do cleansings, you want to do Ebo, you want to do readings. When you do those things, you start seeing things in your life change. You start seeing you start realizing that you start getting warnings before stuff happen, that you will receive so many blessings, but with some of us, we never take a proactive approach. And I don't care what it is that you believe in. You can believe in Jesus. Even with that, it's like, people play around with the deities, where we literally use the deities like prostitutes. We only call on them when we need something, and we wonder why it takes forever for those blessings and stuff to come, because we really don't have a relationship. That's not a relationship when you're only calling on people when you need them the most. And so I don't care what you say the way is. If you say Jesus is the way, it's the same way with Jesus. Stop treating him like a damn prostitute. Majority of us, we only call on Jesus when we need something. We only call on the Orishas when we need something. We only call on the ancestors when we need something. When things are going good in our lives, that we are married and everything is going good, when we have a really good job bringing in money, we always say, fuck them. We don't call on Jesus. We don't call on the Orishas. Half of y'all stop going to church. You don't read your Bible. You got time to get on somebody live and try to condemn, but you have no personal relationship with the deity that is coming out of your mouth. And the only time that you speak that name is when you need something. That is not a relationship. A relationship is through the good and through the bad. You are calling on that deity. Even if you are just saying, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for the breath of life. Thank you for another day. Thank you for removing all of my enemies. Thank you for allowing me to have this job. Some of us, that's the only time. The only time that we literally call on our deities is when we need something. And then we wonder why it takes them forever. It takes them forever to bring us blessings. Because I remember when somebody told me the science behind fasting, where they were saying that whenever you fast, you can lose a lot of weight, but once you start back eating, you can start gaining weight. And it was saying that whenever you go on a fast, you're restricting your body from food, that your body say that the next time you eat, your body is going to store all of that in fat, because it's like, if you ever starve me again, at least I got this resource. So I'm just going to store everything in fat. So if you ever do this again and you starve me, I'll just eat this that I put in the fat storage. It is the same thing when it comes to the deities. Some of us, we only call on them when we need something, that they allow us to go through things for a longer period of time, because they are like, this is the only time I'm going to get acknowledged. This is the only time that I'm going to receive praise. This is the only time that I'm going to receive communication. So why would I come and deliver you in a day? And if I deliver you, I'm not going to hear from you again unless something is going on in your life. And so they take their time. They allow you to build that routine of putting offerings on their altar week after week after week, day after day, month after month. And then they will come in and say, okay, now I'll bless you. Because we got to learn that they're not prostitutes. These are deities that we are supposed to be building a personal relationship with. And this is where majority of us fail, is that we do not know how to build relationships. And as it is on earth, so as it is in heaven. Some of you, the reason why you don't know how to build relationships with deities is because you don't know how to build relationship with humans. You don't even know how to build relationships with your brothers and sisters. And so you go about the concept of building a relationship with the Orishas and the ancestors the same way you chaotically build relationships with people. And you find out quickly on the spiritual side that that shit don't work. You need to learn how to take your time and build a relationships with your deities. How do you build those relationships? Study, learn about them, learn what they like, learn the taboos of things that you should never do. Learn how to say the incantations. Do the things that you know you're supposed to be doing. One of the main things that we're supposed to be doing walking this path is we should be doing cleansings and we should be doing Ebo and readings every single month. Every single month we should be getting those things done. But some of you, you wait to the very last minute. You wait till witchcraft is at your door, destroying everything in your house, destroying your relationship, destroying your kids, and then that's when you finally say, oh, I need to do something to get rid of this. And a spirit just can't come in and destroy. You must invite it in. And, you know, that's the one question that people always say, well, how did I invite this in? How did I invite this in for this thing? Some of you, I mean, let's just be real. It's because of how nasty you are. Spirits, negative, evil spirits, they like filth. Some of you, you leave so many dirty dishes in the sink that is an invitation. That is a spirit thinking that you're leaving them an offering. That you got all of that nasty food that's about to mold overnight and everything else in that sink, and you wonder why spirits are in your home. Because you do not take the time to clean. Some of you got shit all on your floors, don't do floor washes or anything, and you wonder why that spirit thought that it was invited in. Some of us, especially us melanin people, I can't speak for the rest. We know better. Because regardless of the household that we lived in, we were passed down a lot of spiritual knowledge. We were always taught as a kid, you never whistle in the house. Well, even if you don't understand the concept of why they're telling you these things, at least take heed to it. One of the things about whistling is when you whistle, that is a frequency that goes directly into the spiritual realm. That is a direct invite. And when you whistle in the house, you don't know what you're bringing in. You could be bringing in a good spirit or you could be bringing in a bad spirit. And the one thing about it, if you bring in a bad spirit by whistling in the house, majority of us don't even have the knowledge on how to get rid of that spirit. Not all of these spirits can be removed by sage. Not all of these spirits can be removed just by simple incense. Some of these things, when they are invited in, they take something a whole lot stronger in order to get that shit from out of your house. And we are taught as kids in the Black community, You better not whistle in that house. We are taught as kids in the black community, if you sweep your foot while sweeping the house, you are supposed to what? Take that broom and spit on that shit. Because sweeping your foot with a broom can be sweeping away your blessings. And so we never sweep our foot. And when we do, we take that broom and we spit on it. Mop water. We have always been taught in the black community, when you are done mopping your house, that water that is now dirty, that has absorbed negative energy and dirt, it is to be taken outside to the earth. That is poured outside. The whole purpose of cleaning the floor was to remove the dirt and remove the filth. You take it outside and you pour it outside. You're declaring that this energy is no longer yours. We have always been taught in the black community that cleanliness is next to godliness. We have always been taught that before you go to bed, you better make sure that kitchen is clean. You better make sure that things are put up and organized. Those are things that applies to us on the spiritual realm as well. When you see something moldy on your altar, you take it off immediately because it can be bringing in the wrong spirit. Before you go to bed, you need to make sure that there are no dirty dishes in the sink. Whatever cannot fit in the dishwasher, wash that shit by hand. Some of you are bringing in all of these spirits and you swear up and down that somebody is sending you witchcraft. But it's just your lifestyle that is bringing you these things. Especially when a spirit like depression come upon you, where you're so depressed that you don't even feel like getting up and taking a shower. And that in and of itself is bringing in negative energy. Get up and take your shower. And once you get done out of the shower, drench yourself with Florida water from the neck down. Protect yourself. Cleanse yourself daily. We should be reciting our Psalms daily. But it's like some of you do not do the work. You don't do the work and you wonder why things are chaotic. You wonder why things are falling apart. And it doesn't matter what you believe in. I don't care what you believe in. You can rep your God in the comments. Whether you believe in Allah, whether you believe in Jesus, are you doing the things you're supposed to be doing? Are you taking communion every first Sunday? Are you going to church? Are you worshiping? Are you reading your Bible? Are you studying to make yourself approved? This whole thing is about relationships. It's about building relationships with the deities, whatever deity you believe in. It's building those relationships. Those relationships are key. But some of y'all wait to the very last minute. You wait to witchcraft has destroyed your home, deleted all of your money, just depleted all of your money, and you have nothing. And then after that, that's when you like, oh, I need to remove this witchcraft. And then you expect for somebody to find somebody to do it for free when most people are not. These rituals and ceremonies, they cost money. And then you find yourself stuck in this cycle of wondering why bad things are keep happening. And some of this stuff is simple. If we are proactive in the beginning, we don't even have to worry about these big ceremonies and stuff. If we're just proactive in the beginning. And so, and it's funny because, majority of the people in the comments, are always Christians, and they are the main ones that are always under some type of spell. They are the main ones always under some type of spell. Because the one thing that I will always say that I strongly believe, Christianity is the laziest religion out of all the religions. The only thing they say is the blood of Jesus and Jesus this and Jesus that, but that nigga don't even know you. You have no relationship with him. The word comes out of your mouth with so much ease. You don't even talk to him in your personal time. You have no prayer time set aside. You have no Bible time set aside that you can read your Bible. You have nothing in your life saying, you know what? I'm going to give you 10% of my day. 10% of my day, I'm going to set aside every single day, and I'm going to pray to you in that 10%. I'm going to read my Bible in that 10%. It's Christians are always the main ones under a curse. But the one thing that I have always heard is that people would always say the hardest person to curse is a Muslim. Because Muslims are so dedicated, they are so committed in their faith that it is very hard to touch a Muslim with witchcraft. Two completely different religions, cousin religions, because both claim that Abraham is their father. They are separated by Jacob and Esau. Christians follow Jacob, Muslims follow Esau. They are separated by the twin brothers. But yet, one always shows itself more powerful than the other. It's hard to get a Muslim, a strong, dedicated Muslim that is doing the things that they are supposed to do. I wish you would try to send witchcraft to them and see what happened to you. I wish you would. Christians are, and I'm not saying that every Christian is, but majority of the time, Christians are more known for judging other people that they don't even take care of their own spiritual health. They do more time judging others and spying on others. Christians remind me so much of the devil. Christians remind me so much of the devil because the Bible says that the devil is the accuser of the brothers. And when you look at Christians, that's what they are. Christians are always, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that, you're going to hell. Oh, you're not supposed to be doing that, you're going to hell. It's always putting somebody in a hell that they have no authority to put in. It's always judging and condemning somebody. When you really look at the characteristics of the way that the Bible describes the devil, the accuser of the brethren, that he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Every last one of those characteristics, it describes modern day Christianity. This is what Christianity is. Christianity is not the religion to go to if you want hope. Christianity is not the religion to go to if you want enlightenment. But if you feel that you are unworthy and you want to be attacked every single day, and you want to be condemned and thrown into hell that nobody have the power or authority to put you in, then Christianity is the right religion for you. Christianity, it keeps you stuck because it's a system that is constantly telling you that you're not right. You're not perfect. God hates you. God is going to put you in hell for every little thing. That type of condemnation is not good for the soul. It is not good for growth. The reason why I fell in love with the Orishas is because they are imperfect just like me. You read of Obatala getting drunk on palm wine, and because of that, we have people with disabilities. You hear about Chango being a nasty ass hoe. You hear about Oya leaving Ogun and going to his twin brother Chango. You hear about Oshun refusing to talk to people because she was going through her own stuff. You hear about Ilegwa being the trickster. You hear about Ogun walking away from civilization and civilization was destroyed. You hear about Olakun getting so sick and tired of human beings that he tried to flood the earth. This is the reason why I love Ifa. Is because I'm talking to someone that is just as imperfect as me. Just like I'm trying to figure it out and get closer to God, Oladumare, Olarum, and Olafi, so are they. They are also striving to get closer to God. No one in our go ahead, look it out. Hey, okay, so yeah, you done. You can go ahead and leave that. You can go ahead and leave the circle. Just wait 1 minute, y'all. Oh, come on, Elijah. You can dust these eggshells off. Okay, you can dust more off if, but just you got to keep that on you. No shower or anything like that. You got to keep that on you. Go ahead. You can go upstairs, put on all white, everything white. Sorry, yeah, I had to get Elijah. I had to get Elijah. He was done with that ritual or the ceremony. But that's extremely important, man. You gotta, I wish that I grew up and stuff like this, that my parents knew about rituals and stuff like that. It is so beneficial doing these rituals to these kids while they are young to open their doors to prosperity and abundance and love and just bringing in these blessings that they can have a better life than what you had. And that's part of the thing that we're missing is that and I know I was talking about the different religions, but I like I said, I do like the fact that with the Orishas, they're not perfect. They are never painted to be perfect. But in the Bible, everybody is painted to be perfect and white. Everything is whitewashed. Everything is white. Everybody is white. Joseph, Esau, everybody is white. Everybody is white and perfect. Jesus is just white. Everybody is just supposed to be white, which when you really read the things, none of these people sound white. None of them sound white. Some of them sound like they had long dreads and all types of shit, but somehow they white. Make that make sense. Make that make sense for a quick moment. Just everything white. But it's important. Even when we look at Christianity, it's very important to do these things to these kids when they're young. One of the scriptures that I really loved was who was it? Who was it? I'm trying to think of the father. And no, I said Abraham earlier. Abraham is yes, both of them, Muslim and Christianity, they both acknowledge Abraham as the father, but Abraham had Isaac. Isaac had Jacob and Esau. And so Isaac is the father. And so Isaac is the one that I wanted to represent. I wanted to talk about. And so Isaac is just as important, but honestly, people skip Isaac and they automatically focus on Abraham because Abraham had the bigger blessing. Abraham was the start of the blessing. And so when you look at, when Abraham and then Abraham had Isaac, Isaac had Jacob and Esau. I loved when it said that, Isaac knew that he was getting old and he had to give a blessing to his son, that he had to pass down that mantle. And he said that, my smell is the smell of the field that the Lord has blessed. God will bless you with heaven's dew and earth richness, an abundance of grain and new wines. Nations will serve you and people will bow down to you. You will be Lord over all of your adversaries. Those who curse you will be cursed, and those who bless you will be blessed. And he could only give that blessing to one of his sons. And of course, he gave it to Jacob because Jacob tricked his father and he tricked his brother into getting that blessing. But that is the thing that we're missing now in today's society. It's passing those blessings on to our kids. That, some of us don't even do the bare minimum of even praying for our kids. It's not just about us living a lavish life and getting all of the things that we want from the Orishas and the ancestors. It's also about our kids. Pass down those blessings. The one thing that I always tell every last one of my deities, and the reason why I'm always praying and doing rituals and stuff like that for Elijah, is that I don't want Elijah to go through what I went through. I don't want him to suffer the way that I suffered in life, trying to scramble my life together and get it to where it is right now. I want the blessing that falls on Elijah is the blessing of Solomon. That is the blessing that I want. And that is why I do so much rituals. God said, David, you have shed so much blood. You have done so much that I will put a blessing on your son that he will have an easier life. That Solomon is not going to go through any of the things that you went through. He's not going to go through the pain and torture and the trials and tribulations and everything that you went through. That I will give him a blessing of rest. And for the most part, he had that rest. He did not have the levels of trials and everything that David had to endure. That David had to start by getting into it with Saul, somebody that was unwilling to get rid of their anointing, not realizing that he didn't have a choice, that God was taking that anointing from him and giving it to the next person because he wasn't doing right with it. And so to me, that is the importance of doing these rituals and stuff for our kids so that they do not have to go through the things that we went through. I remember I remember talking to my dad one time. And my dad, he came to my house in Indiana. And when he came, I had a room set up for him and everything, for him and my mom, everything was, really nice. And, I cooked, breakfast and lunch and dinner for them every single day and stuff while they were there. And my dad came to me one of those days and he was like, man, I'm so proud of you. He was like, you are living a better life than what I did. He was like, you was able to be a homeowner at a younger age than what I was. You were able to have a bigger house than me. You have, cars and all of these other stuff that he start naming. And my dad was like, this is what I wanted for you. This is what I wanted for every last one of my kids. That is the mentality that we should be in. Is that what I have, I want Elijah to have 10 times more. I want him, I was married. I went through a divorce. My goal is for Oshun Ashe to be strong, so strong on Elijah that he will pick the right person and he will never experience divorce like I experienced divorce. When I first started off, I had to work 3 jobs when I got out the Navy in order to make ends meet. I pray that he will never be in a situation that he would have to work 3 jobs. My goal is that when this boy graduates, I will be the first person to buy him his car. I will be the person that will put down a huge down payment on his first house. My goal is that he lives a better life than me, that he knows more about the Orishas, that he knows more about rituals and ceremonies, that he exceeds me on every single level, that when I pass down this mantle, he is a stronger version of what I have ever been able to be. And too often, we find ourselves jealous of our kids or trying to compete with our kids. You need to focus on dying. Come on. The goal is for us to die first. It is a blessing for the parent to die before the kid. It is a curse for the kid to die before the parent. The mourning and everything and the suffering that you have to go through in order to bury your son or daughter. We need to be focused on how we're getting closer to seeing God. We don't need to be focused on competing with our kids, being jealous of our kids. We should be encouraging them to be better. We should be encouraging them to have more. I mean, sometimes some of the dynamics that I see in these parents, how they are so jealous and try to live their life through their kids is crazy. Our kids are our blessings. We should be making sure at the end of the day that these kids are going to be way more well off than what we are. I don't know about you, but I do not want my son to go through any of the stuff that I've had to go through. One of the hardest things that I've had to go through so far in life was going through a divorce. The depression, the sadness that came with it, that it got to a point that as spiritual as I am, I had to put myself on an antidepressant. I had to put myself on a mood stabilizer because I was so depressed and I was so down. But at the end of the day, I knew that I still had to be a father. I knew that I couldn't be in a situation where I was just depressed and sleeping all day, not taking showers, I knew that I still had to be here for this boy. I knew that I still had to provide, that I still had to pay the mortgage, that I still had to pay the car notes, that I still need to make sure that he is able to do all of his activities and everything, that I knew that I could not miss a beat and that these damn bills had to be paid. And so I had to do what I had to do mentally in order to make sure that I was in my right mind, in a sound mind, that even though I was hurting, even though I was going through deep healing, that I still had to be here for this boy. My kids are everything to me. And so sometimes we got to learn that we got to press through even when we don't want to. If Elijah wasn't in this house, I probably wouldn't even be doing this live right now. I would be in my bed, depressed, under the sheets, room quiet as hell, and just not getting up. But I don't see how some people do it when they have kids. You know, my kid is my everything. I knew that I could not stay in that state. And I took my ass right to the VA, talked to a therapist, told them what I was going through. And I'm like, look, a nigga is depressed. I believe in mental health. And I need to get the shit that I need in order for me to be a good father for my son. I can't just drink every day. I can't be depressed moping around. And then who's going to provide for them? And then we wonder why these kids will go out in the streets and try to find what they can't get at home. We got to make sure, man, that we are taking care of these kids. But I'm telling you, man, I'm always doing blessings. I'm always doing blessings for my son. That is my biggest desire, is for him to live a better life than what I did. I'm hoping that he find that person and he get married young. I'm hoping that he is able to have a good career and successful business. You know, that prosperity and abundance will find him in so many different ways. Somebody said, Jesus is your daddy. That's inaccurate. Jesus is not your daddy. Jesus didn't create you. I mean, come on now. If you want to stick to your religion, yes, you can say that Jesus is your savior, but you can't say Jesus is your daddy. God is your daddy. You got to build a relationship with God just like you have a relationship with Jesus. Oh, somebody said he was talking to me about the Jesus thing. Oh, because I was just gonna say, no, Jesus technically would not be your dad. Your dad is God. You know, Jesus is Jesus is like the judge. Jesus is the one that said he goes before the Father on your behalf. Jesus is God, just like the equivalent of Jesus is God, just like the equivalent of the Orishas are gods. But Jesus is not the God. Let's get it right. Come on now. Jesus is not the God. Jesus is Jesus. Holy Spirit is Holy Spirit. God is God. You should be having a relationship with all three. Holy Spirit is the power that lives inside of you. Jesus is the judge and the comforter and the savior, and God is God. If we want to get it right. Yeah, I like that somebody said Jesus is the spirit of understanding. Yes, because when you look at the concept, every religion and spiritual practice, they follow the same thing. And so God is the energy of divine masculine. And so Jesus is the energy of the divine feminine. Jesus is the divine feminine. Even when you look at the parables in the Bible, when it talks about us going to a wedding, that we are getting married to God, that is the equivalent of God and Jesus. That, it's us being the divine feminine. We are being married, merged, with the creator, which is the divine masculine. Everything in every religion, you see that concept of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And Jesus is the straight power of divine feminine. Jesus is a good example of the power of a divine feminine and what a divine feminine can do. Because a divine feminine is the high priestess. A divine feminine, you do not fuck with a divine feminine. A divine feminine would have your life upside down. All of the healing and everything that Jesus did, that the Bible talks about, that is straight divine feminine energy. I don't know what this person is keep saying about Jesus is God. Jesus is God to the same equivalent of the Orishas are gods. The Orishas are gods, but they are not the God. Jesus is a God, but Jesus is not the God. Now, unless it said that Jesus created himself, because I didn't see that in your Bible. In the Bible, it said that God created himself, that he birthed himself into existence. But the Bible also says that it was God that created Jesus. So if God created Jesus, clearly there's a complete distinction between the two. God is God, Jesus is Jesus, angels are angels, seraphims are seraphims, ancestors are ancestors, orishas are orishas, deities are deities. But there is only one God. And us spiritual people, we call God universe. Because God is just not the God in the Bible. God is just not the God in the Quran. God is just not the God in Ifa. God is just not the God in voodoo. God is the God of everything. We are calling him different names. We are channeling different aspects of God. God is God. No, that's too many. I don't want a book. Somebody said, you weren't really spiritual, but yet you're here. That's what we gotta. But yet you're here, and you're gonna tune in every time I'm on here. That's all I gotta say. But yet you're here. I'm able to get your attention and to teach you your ignorance. What is this last challenge position? It's funny how every single time the spiritual people know more about the Bible than so-called Christians. The spiritual people know everything about the Bible. They know the Bible inside and out. And the Christians are completely lost, And the sad part about it, they haven't even read the Bible from beginning to end. Make that make sense. I'm like, make that make sense. How do we get to that? We know more about the Bible than what y'all do. That makes no sense at all. Yeah, but and then even now Christians are just, I don't know, Christians are just like I don't know. I have my views on Christianity that it will get me banned. But honestly, Christians are just like, Christians are the joke of all this, out of all of the religions and stuff that I know, and the spiritual paths and stuff. Christianity is just like the joke of it. I think that Christianity was a good start for me. It was really good reading the Bible and learning the stories and stuff like that. But I think that it's more than just the Bible that represents the religion. You have to look at how the people act as well. And this is an organization that is just filled with hatred and bullying and condemnation, and it's like, this is supposed to be the path of peace, but yet it seems like it's no peace in this path. And so, I think that's the thing that makes it the joke more than anything, is that it's like the way that they treat each other. Like, the way they treat each other, I really feel sorry for them. I remember growing up, I used to love me some Trinity 5-7, Mary, Yolanda Adams, Kirk Franklin. What else did I listen to? Because my parents would only let us listen to gospel. And so those are the ones that I really loved. I remember, Christmas, I was like, please give me the new Trinity 5-7 CD. And I just remember how every last one of them had to go through so much condemnation from the church, where it was always something, you're dressed too tight, you're too worldly, and it's like, what do y'all want these people to do? Like, it's not like some of them are purposely coming out trying to wear tight clothes. They're thick, they have shape, they have a body. Like, all of the hatred that people was giving Yolanda Adams because she was so beautiful and she was so gorgeous. And it's like, that's what this religion is known for. And it's like, all of the shit that Kirk Franklin went through, I don't even know why Kirk Franklin just didn't say fuck it and just, completely left Christianity. But it's like, you see that all the time. You go on TikTok, and the first thing that Christians are doing is they're talking about all of the different pastors. This pastor did this pastor did that. It's like, at what point do y'all become united? The Bible says that a kingdom divided against itself, it shall fall. Christianity is divided against itself in so many different ways. You're divided by the denominations. You're divided by your thought process, where I don't like this person. This person shouldn't be a gospel singer because they have a past. Well, did the Bible not say that all of us are dirty and filthy, and that it's only by the grace of God that we're saved? And so, it's like the condemnation that comes from this religion. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe somebody can teach me something. I don't see it in any other religion. I really don't see it in any other religion. I have never seen Muslims publicly bring down other Muslims. I never seen it. I never seen a Muslim singer or some get up and people say, they're not Muslim. They're doing this. They're going to hell. I've never seen that. I've never seen it in any other religion but Christianity. Christianity is the only religion that I've seen that will tear down somebody and that will put them in a hell that they have no ownership of. Christianity is the only religion that I have seen that will get on people TikToks and everything and fight with people because they don't believe what they believe. Christianity is the only ones that I see that do this type of stuff. I don't see any other religion doing it. Every other religion is like, look, this is what I believe. If you don't believe this, oh well. You go about your day, I'll go about my day. But Christianity is filled, it's one of those religions that I always wondered, like, why is it filled with so much hatred? Why is Christianity filled with so much hatred when this is supposed to be a path of peace? If somebody could answer that for me, that will be the best thing in the world. Even as a kid, I used to always wonder that, where I'm like, why is this religion filled with so much hatred? It's like y'all hate everything. It's like, we don't like the way people dress. We don't like the way people talk. We don't like the way people live. We don't like this. We don't like that. We don't like this. It's like, okay, what do you do like? What do you like? And then it's even bad when they put their hatred on God. And they'll say, oh, God hate this and God hate this and God hate that. God can't be hating too much stuff that when the Bible says that the world was wicked and it was corrupt, that he gave his only son to die for us. So if God gave his only son to die for us, when he could have easily said, fuck these people, I'm going to put everybody in hell. But the Bible said that he gave his only son to die for us, then it shows that God is not as hate-filled as Christians make him out to be. There's so many things that shows that God is merciful, God is kind, God is loving, God is caring, that God will give you chance after chance after chance. But yet, when you talk to a Christian, they will make it seem like you only have one chance, and the moment you mess that chance up, you're going straight to hell. You got to be careful who you listen to. I remember at a very young age, my mom told me, you better read this Bible for yourself. Because when you listen to other people's interpretation and you listen to other people's hatred, you will stay in a state of depression. You will stay in a state of spiritual loneliness, thinking that you're all alone and you have nobody on your side. And so I just don't get it. That's the one thing that I don't get. I really don't understand all of the hatred that comes from Christianity. To me, that is the worst path if you're trying to find peace and enlightenment. If you really want peace and enlightenment, like, you might want to shop around, because, Christianity is just not it. They will, Christianity, to me, they have every characteristic of the devil. They are the accuser of the brethren. They come to kill, steal, and destroy. That has been the main characteristic of Christianity for years. And even when you look at the Bible, when you look at Jesus himself, Jesus wasn't even like that. And I love when Christians get on the page and they are like, you're not supposed to be doing divination. Read your Bible. I really need you to read Old Testament. Because if you actually consider the amount of people that did divination in the Old Testament, I don't think that you will have forefathers. Oh, you're not supposed to be burning sage and incense. I really need y'all to read Old Testament. In the Old Testament, there was nothing but incense burned in the tabernacle. And there was a reason why incense was burned, and the Bible specifically tells you why incense was burned. And so to me, Christianity is a good stepping stone that you can get a lot of information, especially from the Old Testament. But from there, I don't think that it's wise to stay with Christianity. You need to grow and get other enlightenment. But it's crazy to people that don't know their Bible. People will say that, oh, you're not supposed to be using healing crystals. I really need you to read Old Testament. When you look at the 12 tribes of Israel, every last one of them had a healing crystal on their breastplate. I really need you to learn your Bible. We should know it better than you. We should not know it better than you. We really shouldn't. I only know it because I grew up in it. I grew up in Christianity. I grew up Pentecostal Apostolic. That's the only reason. And I read that Bible from beginning to end every single year. And I tell people all the time, if you really want to be successful in Ifa, if you really want to understand Ifa, read the Old Testament. The Old Testament, to me, the Old Testament is Ifa. The sacrifices and everything that we do, the rituals, the ceremonies. If you want to really understand Ifa, read the Old Testament. The Old Testament will teach you everything that you need to know. Read the Old Testament and open your eyes. And when you read the Old Testament, look at the power that Old Testament had. Being able to raise the dead, being able to do all of this shit that half of these Christians cannot do to this day. And I'm not even going to say half. That 99% of them cannot do to this day. The things that was done in the Old Testament, you only witness those miracles and spiritual paths. You do not see that by the laying on of hands. When half of these churches is dry and don't even have spirit living inside. And so if you really want to understand the introduction of spirituality, you really need to read the Old Testament. The Old Testament will open your eyes to so many different things. The Old Testament is life. I love the Old Testament. The Old Testament was the one thing that I've always loved. But you gotta read that Old Testament. That Old Testament will get you together. Old Testament talks about everything. It talks about divination. It talks about incense. It talks about crystals. It talks about all of the miracles and stuff that was performed. It talks about all the rituals and the ceremonies that was done. The Old Testament talks about so much stuff that it opens your mind to spirituality. I'm telling you, Old Testament will get you together. When you truly understand the Old Testament, there's power in it. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He lead me beside the still waters. He restores my soul for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalms 23 with a yellow candle. Old Testament will get you together. I love the Old Testament. Your enemies are trying to surround you. People are sending you witchcraft left and right. You light that white candle. Lord, how many are my foes? How many rise up against me? Many are saying God will not deliver me, but you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, the one who lifts my head high. I call out to the Lord and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not fear though tens of thousands assail me on every side. Arise, Lord, deliver me, my God. Strike all my enemies on the jaw. Break the teeth of the wicked. From the Lord comes deliverance. May your blessings be on your people. Ashe, amen. I love the Old Testament. The Old Testament will get your ass together. The Old Testament will teach you how to pray. The Old Testament, the book of Psalms is nothing but a spell book. The Old Testament will get you together. What you need is in that Old Testament. What you seek is in the Old Testament. What you need to know is in the Old Testament. Old Testament will get you together. Know your history. Old Testament is the truth. That is where you see the power of God. And you've seen how the power of God did not play. God said, I didn't come to play with you hoes. I came to slay, bitch. Oh man, the Old Testament will get you together. I love the Old Testament. It's so much power. It's so much power in the Old Testament. And you start to see how we used to live. You see, man, the power in everything that your prophets and your priests possessed. You know, I used to like the little showdowns where, you know, you had Moses and the magicians that, you know, the magicians was able to hang with them on the first three. But after that, they couldn't do shit. They didn't know how Moses was doing the things that he was doing. I love the showdown with Elijah that, you know, Elijah was like, let me show you that my God is real. And all the things that Elijah did, that he was able to make the whole wood go to flames and he wet it with water. You know, so I love the Old Testament. The Old Testament is really a book of power. And if you read it correctly, there's so much insight that you can get from the Old Testament. The Old Testament is nothing but blessings and it's nothing but teachings. You know, when God said in the Old Testament that the reason why the incense was burned so that it can clean the space, so that before you got into the holiest of holiest where God was, you were cleansed because of all of the incense. So wait a minute. If the Bible is telling me that it was the incense that cleansed the people so that God's spirit could be in that house, why would I not do the same thing for my house? If I want God's spirit to be in this house, why would I not do that for my temple if I want God's spirit to be in me? So if the Bible says that incense was burned in order to cleanse the tabernacle, and before you can go into the holiest of holiest, before you could go into God's presence, you had to be cleansed. Why would I not cleanse my body? Why would I not cleanse my home? Old Testament will teach you a lot if you open your eyes. The Old Testament will teach you so much. What else was important when it came to the Ten of Tabernacle? There was offerings that was given to God before you got to the holiest of holiest. You gave offering, incense and everything was burned. There were certain things that you had to wear. And so the more that you really learn and dissect this, you start to get the code of how to approach these deities. You learn how to start approaching spirits in the right way and in a very respectful way. That before I call you in, let me take the time and cleanse my house. Before I invite you in, let me take the time and give you offering. Let me put some water out. Let me light a candle. And then once all of these things is done, now I'm telling you to come in. Now I'm going to sing praises. Now I'm going to worship. I will bless thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. I will sing forth thy marvelous words. You can learn so much from the Old Testament. The Old Testament, it will change the way you do things when it comes to your altars. It will change the way you do things when it comes to your home. I'm telling you, Old Testament will get you together. Let's get into this divination. We got the first card is the overall energy. We got the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is all about a shifting of energy. There's a shifting of energy that's getting ready to happen if it's not happening already in the overall energy. Someone is feeling the shift. And to make this thing even more powerful, you have the clarifier as the Death card. The Death card is a major transformation. Somebody is going through a major transformation right now, that their entire life is being shifted. The Two of Pentacles is small energy. It's things being shifted and things being moving. And so if it would have stayed at the Two of Pentacles only, it wouldn't have been a huge shift. But with the Death card being here, this is a major shift that is happening in somebody's life. Somebody is going through a major transformation. And when you let's break down the Death card. You know, this is not one of my readings that I post on YouTube. This is a live. Let me check my battery because we can kind of break this down and we can go a little bit slower and we can really go in depth about what the cards are saying and what is going on in this reading. So bear with me as we try to break this down and we try to get as much information as possible, because that's what divination is all about. It's about giving you the information that you need. So let's break this down and give you everything that you need to know. There's a shift that is happening in your life. The winds are truly blowing with the Two of Pentacles. That things are starting to come into your life, that you're starting to see the breakdown of things. And this could be, with this energy, especially paired with the Death card, this could be someone losing a home, losing a job, losing a relationship, that there's destruction here. Because whenever there's a major change like this, destruction is in the way. You know, these are the winds of Oya that is ripping apart everything that doesn't serve your highest good. The one thing that you learn about Oya is Oya winds only uproot things that are not true. It only uproot things that are not a solid foundation. Things that are solid, things that are in spirit and in truth, they are not uprooted by Oya winds. And so if you have a mortgage that you know that you should have never got that house, that this is way beyond your means, this transformation is removing that. If you have a relationship that is not serving your highest good, this wind is removing that. If you have a job that is stressing you out, this wind is removing that. Let's look at the power and the significance of the death card. When you look at the death card, the one thing that a lot of people don't notice is that we automatically see the skeleton up top. We see the skeleton on the horse, but a lot of people don't pay attention to the body that is underneath the horse. This horse represents movement. Horses always represents movement. This body is representing your flesh. Somebody is going through a huge transformation that it is literally ripping your flesh off of you. That it is ripping that part that is not serving your highest good that you have been trying to hold on to for the longest. This is the defense mechanisms that you keep on you, and you're constantly pushing people away, and this is why you can't keep a relationship. This is the attitude that you developed when you were in survivor mode, and now that survivor mode is the very thing that's making you not being able to keep a job. This is ripping this thing apart, and it is putting it under the horse, signifying that this thing has no more control over you, and that this transformation is not going to be complete until you surrender and let go of the thing that haven't been serving your good, that haven't been serving your highest good for the longest. And so somebody, whether it is you or whether it's somebody that is connected to your energy field, they are going through a huge transformation. Whatever have been holding them back is being ripped apart and is being put under the horse. And now when you look on top of the horse, you see a skeleton that is in armor. The armor is representing the body that was taken away, because your body is now down here under the horse, and now there is armor over the skeleton, which means somebody's soul is about to have a whole new house. Your soul and your spirit is being put in a completely different house. That spirit is saying, look, this body is not serving you. You have created all of these defense mechanisms. You have created all of these attitudes. You have created all of these walls. And it is saying, I am ripping this from you, and I'm going to give you the true armor that you need to have on. This is somebody that is going through a huge transformation. That if this is somebody coming back, this person is not coming back the same. This transformation is so powerful and so strong that this person is going to come back new. And that's if this is not talking about you. Let's clarify with a angel number. Let's see if one of the angel numbers want to clarify this. Well, the angel numbers are not going to really give me. The angel numbers are not going to give me a person if I need a person. Let's see who is having this transformation, because this is a huge transformation. This is not something small. If we would have stayed at the Two of Pentacles, this would have been a very small transformation, but this is a very huge transformation. Somebody is forced to get their life together. Who is having this transformation, Spirit? Who is having this transformation? Who is having this transformation, Spirit? you got the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about a celebration, and the Three of Cups is a card of a reunion as well. And then even the card at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. So this could be both of you. That both of you could be going through two completely different things. There's a huge transformation that's happening and that's shifting in both of you guys' life, because at the end of the day, there's a reunion that's going to happen. And when God, and honestly, I really do feel that you guys are mirroring each other. These are two people that's mirroring each other. And that you both are going through the exact same thing. So that intense loneliness that you feel, they're feeling that too. That depression that you feel, they are feeling that too. Because both of you are being juggled in the hand of God with the two of Pentacles. Both of you are being juggled. Both of you are going through a huge transformation that by the time this is done, both of you are going to be completely two different people. That when this relationship come back together, it's not going to come back together in fights and arguments, because you're going to be a changed person, that you're going to forgive and let go, because Spirit is probably teaching you why this happened in the first place. The Spirit is like, you should have put boundaries. You should have never allowed this person to walk over you. And then Spirit is talking to the other person saying, you're a narcissist. You're an opportunist. You're taking advantage of people. Let me put you in a position that you will not be able to take advantage of nobody else. And matter of fact, let me allow somebody to take advantage of you so that you can see what it feels like and you can open your eyes to the destruction that you are bringing other people. So both parties is going through this huge transformation that you are learning things simultaneously, but differently. You both are learning two completely different lessons that when this come back together, you will be able to appreciate the other person. That now there will be boundaries in place, that this will not repeat itself. Because sometimes we say that, yes, this person is a narcissist and an opportunist and all of this stuff, but if we didn't make ourselves so vulnerable, they would have never been able to do the things that they were able to do. And so sometimes Spirit got to come in and teach us a lesson like, what did I teach you at the age of 7? Didn't I teach you that you need to take your time? Didn't I teach you that you need to speak up for yourself? Didn't I teach you that you need to put your foot down? So both of you are learning a lesson in here, because when there is wrong in a relationship, it's never one person. This person could have cheated and everything else, but your wrong could have been that you accepted it. You didn't walk away. And because you didn't walk away, you allowed this person to think that they can just do whatever in this relationship, and no matter what, you're going to be around and you're going to be that ride or die. But now you're learning that we only give what we are receiving. If we're not receiving love back to fill our cups up, then we don't need to be giving it out. We need to let it go. You have in the crossing position, you have the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is all about giving. This is somebody reciprocation. You have it paired with the Five of Cups, which talks about regret. Now you want to think, nigga. This is somebody that is very regretful that they didn't reciprocate. Somebody is very regretful that they didn't reciprocate. Dang, it was a song that came to mind that I can't. Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man. I think that's the name of it. Bruno Mars, When I Was Your Man. You know, that is the song that Spirit is bringing up. This is somebody that's in deep regret that they are saying, I wish that I would have danced with you when you wanted to dance. I wish that I would have took you on date nights when you wanted to do date nights. I wish that I would have listened to you when you said that you wanted somebody to talk to. This is someone that's very regretful at not giving you what it is that you asked for. That this is somebody now that they're looking back and they are like, what you were requiring of me, it wasn't much. What you were asking of me, it wasn't much. I could have easily gave you this. I could have easily gave you this and we would be in a better spot. But now all of this is happening because they didn't want to give. But now they're very regretful at the choice that they made. This is someone that's very regretful. And now they want to come in with the world. Now they want to give you the world. This is someone that wants a completion to a cycle. This is someone that wants celebration and harmony. This is someone that wants joy. Now they want to come back. This is somebody that want to come back now. They're very regretful that they didn't give to you, that they didn't give you the things that you wanted. This is someone that is literally thinking back and saying that what you asked me for, it wasn't too much, but I made a bigger deal out of it for no reason at all. I made a big scene out of the basic things that you asked of me. And now this person is ready to come back and give you the world. You have in the crowning position, you have the devil card, starting off with the devil. This person is addicted and obsessed with you. And you have it paired as the clarifier as the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, and you do have the 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. But the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles are two completely different things, even though they kind of mean the same thing in a way. But the 10 of Pentacles, it talks about the emotional aspects. It's what you feel. The Pentacles is physical energy. And it is saying that this person, they're obsessed with the family life that you had, the security that you had, the abundance that you had, the prosperity that was had in this relationship. And so this is not somebody saying, I want to come back and use you. This is somebody that is going through their phone and they're looking at the pictures that they took with you and the kids. This is somebody that's going through their phone that they're looking at all of the pictures of you, the kids, all of the outings and everything that you guys did, looking at date night videos and photos. This is somebody that they're at that stage that they're addicted, that they're missing the connection that they had. They are missing the security. That this is somebody that was saying that if I would have did my part, I would have been able to come home, no arguments, being able to eat and rest. And now this person could be having a hard time eating. Now this person could be having a hard time resting because they took for granted what they had. And now the very thing that they took for granted is the one thing that they're looking back on. This is the one thing that they are saying that I wish that I can get back in my life. Because they're thinking about it with the 10 of Cups being here. And this combination together with the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles with the Devil card, baby, this could be somebody that is playing with themselves too. This is someone that could literally be looking at your pictures, playing with themselves, thinking about the good times that you had sexually. This is somebody that really miss you. This is somebody that's really thinking about you. Here we go with the challenge position. Challenge position is, it really looks like strong movement. Very strong movement. You start off with the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is two cards together. I always say that when I pull out the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups, you have the Three of Cups upright, and you have so I guess this will be the Ace of Cups that is giving this person. This is someone that, with the Three of Cups being upright, this is someone that's in a current connection. They're in a relationship with somebody. They're in a relationship with somebody, but the whole meaning of the Four of Cups is that this person is depressed. This person is sitting under a tree, sad and depressed, that is to the point that they're meditating and fantasizing about somebody else. They're literally fantasizing about someone else while they are in a relationship, because the Three of Cups are not spilled over. This person is in a relationship, fantasizing about someone else, and Spirit is petty. Spirit is saying, I know you're in a connection. This is a karmic connection. But even though you're in a connection, I'm still about to give you this cup of love, which is the Ace of Cups inside the Four of Cups. That cloud is giving this person a cup. The Spirit is saying, look, I see you with somebody, but if you saying that you want a second chance and you're actually going to go back in this thing and you're going to do better and you're going to do right, here, take this cup. Get out of this stuck energy and go fight for what it is that you want. Go chase what it is that you're fantasizing about. Because you're already fantasizing about it. You're already playing with yourself, thinking about the person. You're already remembering the family life and everything that you had with this person. You're already emotionally tied to this person, looking at their pictures and everything. And so Spirit is saying, here, take the damn cup and go fight for the love you want. Active energy. That's exactly what they're doing. They took that cup and they turned it into the Knight of Cups. Somebody is getting ready to come in and offer you a cup of love. Somebody is coming in and they are getting ready to offer you a cup of love. The Knight of Cups is all about coming in very emotional. This is somebody that's going to say, oh, baby, I love you. I'm sorry. I should have never done that. I've been thinking about you the whole time. You my baby. You my boo. Kiki, do you love me? Kiki, do you love me? Some. I don't even know the lyrics. That's the thing that came in my mind. This person is going to come back and they're going to offer you a cup of love. This is somebody that truly misses you. The clarifier is the Knight of Wands. This is somebody that's going to come. It's going to be very impulsive. Very impulsive. If you look at the difference between the horses, the Knight of Cups is coming, but the Knight of Wands is speeding. This is going to be very impulsive and very unexpected. Somebody is going to unexpectedly come back into your life. Like, this could be somebody that could pop up at your job. They could pop up at your house. With these two knights, this person is going to be very emotional and it's going to be very unexpected. It's going to be something that you don't see coming. That even though you know this person is coming back, it's still going to be unexpected. That you could run into this person at the grocery store, divine intervention. That Spirit is telling you to go to a different church on Sunday and you run into this person at church. That you get invited to a party and this person is there. This is going to be something, it's going to be very unexpected and it's going to be divinely orchestrated. This is divine intervention. Listen to what Spirit is telling you. If Spirit is telling you to, hey, you need to go out to the comedy club on Saturday, go, because that's where you're going to meet this person. If Spirit is telling you you need to go to church on Sunday and you haven't been going to church, go. And I'm not saying that like you got to go to church or anything like that. What I'm saying is this is divine intervention. And the way divine intervention works is that Spirit is going to nudge both of you to go to a certain place. That, you could be extremely thirsty and you start craving like Mountain Dew. And you like, man, I'm really craving Mountain Dew. I'm really craving Mountain Dew. And you go in the refrigerator and you got tea, you got all of this other stuff, but you have no Mountain Dew. And now because of that urge, it's forcing you to go down the street to the gas station to grab you a bottle of Mountain Dew. And once you get there, boom, you two run into each other. And now it forces you to talk because you got them blocked and they got you blocked. That is divine intervention. Or it could be a sense that it's like, man, I really want to go out today. I really want to go out today and I really want to enjoy myself. I really want to, see a good show or something like that. And boom, the moment you get there, you run into this person. This is divine intervention. Divine intervention is going to happen that it's going to force you guys to meet up, but it's still free will at play because it's up to you if you're going to talk to this person. It's up to you if you're going to entertain it. But Spirit is only going to give the opportunity, just like Spirit gave this person an opportunity to take this cup. Drink this water from me and you will never go thirsty again. Spirit is going to give you an opportunity. It's up to you if you're going to take it. Spirit said, look, I'm not going to force, but I will give divine intervention. I will give you the desires of your heart because I said that I will satisfy each and every last one of your desires with good things. What does this person... Oh, you want me to... Sometimes Spirit be telling... Okay, I'll use this deck. They're the same deck. Sometimes you just got to do what Spirit say, man. Because sometimes I be trying to fight Spirit because I'm like, Spirit, what's the point? Like, why do I need to use this deck? They're the same damn deck. But what Spirit say, just go with it. Spirit, what did this person feel about the collective? What does this person feel about the collective? What does this person feel about the collective? You got the Death card. Again! Death card in the second deck. You got the Death card. What does this person feel about? What does this person feel about the collective? What does this person feel about the collective? And then you got two cards in reverse. This person feels that you're not going to accept them. You got the Death card. The Death card is about a major transformation. The Death card is all about a major transformation. And they think that with this transformation that has happened, that you got the Star card in reverse, which talks about a loss of direction and a creative block. And you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, which talks about somebody extremely cold-hearted And this is someone that's not willing to communicate. And so this person feels that if they approach you, that you're not going to accept them, that you're not going to give them the time of day. They think that you have transformed so much that 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 what you used to feel about them, that it completely erased away. They think that the feelings that you have for them have been completely removed in this transformation. So this person is thinking like that is very stuck energy. You know, what is this person next move towards you? What is this person next move towards you? Because we in some stuck energy of what they feel about you. What is their next move towards you? I'm not trying to get no book. What is their next move towards you? Spirit, what is their next move towards the collective? Spirit, what is their next move towards the collective? Two of Cups. Does person think that you're not going to accept them, but they still finna bring their ass back in? Then you got the Two of Cups. Spirit, what is their next move? What is their next move towards the collective? What is the next move towards the collective, Spirit? What is the next move towards the collective, Spirit? What is the next move towards the collective, Spirit? And you got the Five of Cups. It's still, and this person is still in regret, but the Two of Cups is active energy. This person is still gonna offer you a cup of love, even though they're feeling depressed and regretful, and they're thinking that you're not gonna accept them. This is someone that's gonna muster up the courage that even though they think you feel like this, they're still gonna come here and they're gonna offer you a cup of love. This person is just gonna say, and I think that's why in the last reading you got impulsive. That this person is holding back because they think that you're not gonna accept them, but something is just gonna happen where they're gonna be like, fuck it. Fuck it. Let me just, fuck it. I'm finna give a text message. I'm just finna go over there and pop up. I'm finna give a call. This is somebody that eventually they're gonna get to that point that they're just gonna be like, fuck it. I'm gonna put it out there. If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, you don't. So with that being said, because they believe that you're not gonna accept them, this person is gonna come in a way. They're going to come in a neutral way because they're afraid that you're not going to accept them. So this is somebody that, this is somebody that's going to be like, I'm just reaching out to you because you still got some of your stuff at my house. And you like, what the fuck do I got at your house? I grabbed everything. And they were like, nah, I was going through I was doing my laundry and I found the sock that wasn't mine. I think this sock is yours. That's how this person is going to come back in. Because this person don't know if you're going to accept them or not. And they're going to open the door of communication, but it's going to be a foot in the door technique. And so you got to be very careful how you respond to this person. Because if you respond to them in a very negative way, where you like, fuck this shit, bitch, don't ever talk to me again, they're going to take that as your word. This is not sometimes when we argue, we say things that we don't mean. And women are good at that. That y'all would be like, don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. When you're really saying, I want you to talk to me, but I want you to fight for me. I want you to say, look, I know you're not trying to hear me out, but I love you. I messed up. But we got to understand that this person is already in the energy that you are fed up with them and that you're not going to take them back. So the one thing that you need to remember as this person come back, what you speak is what they're going to perceive, what they're going to think. And so if you say that you don't want to talk to them, they're going to take that as your word. They're going to really think that you don't want to talk to them. So be very selective with your words of how you come across to this person. If you really want this person back, lightly go into it. Where it's like, oh, I didn't realize that I left stuff over your house. Anyways, hope all is well with you. Hope everything is going good. Something. Lighten the load that the communication can continue, and eventually this person can really say what was on their heart of why they came back in the first place. So be very careful with your words. Spirit, what should the collective be doing? So we know what this person is about to do. What should the collective be doing? You got the Lovers. What should the collective be doing? What should the collective be doing? You got the Lovers, but you have it paired with the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is all about insecurities. The Five of Pentacles is all about isolation. The Five of Pentacles is all about things being taken away. So you need to work on your love life, because this is somebody that have been hurt, that you're pushing everybody out. This is somebody that is in a position that you are not letting anybody in. And so you need to fix this before this person comes back in, because with you being in the energy of not letting anybody in, and this person is being in the energy that you're not going to accept them, if both of you stay in these emotions, this connection is not going to happen. This reconnection is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's probably going to end up taking like 2 or 3 tries, and each time it could be months or years in between, because neither one of you is in a good emotional space. This person is thinking that you're not going to accept them, and you're in a complete absolute of love where you're saying, fuck it, I don't need nobody. I'm just going to be by myself, and it's like you're not in a position that you're ready to accept love. Your heart is completely closed. You're completely closed when it comes to love. You have insecurities that you need to work on, where it's like you really need to heal yourself. That's the next step for you, is that you need to heal yourself, even if you don't accept this other person back. Like with this energy, you're not accepting nobody. This is not even like, fuck thinking about the past. With this energy, you're not accepting the past, the present, the future, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your cousin, your brother. You ain't letting nobody in. This is somebody that has completely isolated themselves when it comes to love, that you have completely shut yourself off. So we got what this person feels. We got what this person's next move is going to be. We got your current state of what you need to do. You need to heal. Spirit, when is this connection supposed to be coming back together? Hopefully not today, because the energies that they in, this shit ain't finna happen. And that's why, everybody is just like, oh, I want to rush this shit back in. I want to rush this shit back in. You got to look at the energies before you rush shit back in, because this is not a combination to rush shit back in. Because with these two energies, if this was to come back in now, this is looking for destruction. You have the Five of Wands in reverse of when this person is going to come back. This person is going to come back when they learn the lesson of compromise. The Five of Wands, when it's in reverse, it's all about compromising. The Five of Wands, when it's in the upright, it's all about fights and arguments. And so Spirit is saying, look, I don't want this person to come back and they're going to continue all these fights and arguments. Spirit is saying that this person is going to come back when they're ready to compromise. Only when they're ready to compromise are they going to be allowed to come back. But when we look at the timing, you do have it paired with the Nine of Wands as the clarifier, and the Nine of Wands, it represents very close to success. And so this person is very close to getting out of this cycle. It's not giving us an exact time frame, but it is telling us that this person is very close to success. So you got to get in the energy that you're ready to accept love back into your life. Which means you got to let go of these defense mechanisms and stuff that's holding you back. You do have the Nine of Wands, which represents Sagittarius. This could pick back up in Sagittarius season. But you have the Eight of Wands on the other reading, and the Eight of Wands is weeks, if not days. The Eight of Wands is very fast. Is it any specific question that somebody want me to ask? Is it any specific question that somebody want me to ask? Is it any specific question that somebody want me to ask? So why does grandma have a peacemaker on her heart? I don't know. The only way the cards will pick that up is if it's witchcraft. I can see if it's witchcraft. I can see if it's any witchcraft in your life. Let me see. So the one that's asking about grandma, let's see if it's any witchcraft. Let's just look at your overall energy and see if it's any witchcraft that's possibly in your life. You have no cards that represents witchcraft. You do have the Nine of Wands that came out first, and the Nine of Wands is the card that represents a testing of faith. So the Nine of Wands do represents testing of faith, that this could be a test that she is going through. You do have it paired with the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles as the clarifier. And the Knight of Pentacles is a gift that's getting ready to come in, and this is a physical gift. And you have it paired with the Ace of Wands, which is going to be a good new beginning. So things are getting ready to come, but at the end of the day, this could be a testing of faith of why this whole thing occurred. The Ace of Wands can be seen as witchcraft, but to me, it have to be paired with other things. If the Ace of Wands was the first card, I would say that this is witchcraft. But to me, there's no witchcraft here. The Nine of Wands, it represents the testing of faith. And so this could be something that could really test the faith of your grandmother. Oh, I'd be hating the question because they be coming so fast. I don't know where I stopped. I'm trying to find the last question. Okay, so what is okay? So I did that. Should I accept? Oh yeah, Elijah. 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 Elijah, how did he get down here? Elijah. Elijah, you got Jax down here. Jax is down here. Yeah, you gotta watch him because he gonna end up going to the altar, eating, drinking the wine and stuff. Get him. Bye, Jax.
And may I get a bag of chips?
I don't even think it's unlocked.
Okay.
Is it unlocked? And where's my keys? They might be upstairs. You can get one little bag. You already had a big bag earlier. Just get one little bag. Okay, now Jax messed me up. I'm trying to. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I don't want to miss. Okay, here. Okay, this was the first question. Okay, should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept this offer of friendship for now? Should I accept the offer of friendship for now? Should I accept the offer of friendship? Should I accept the offer of friendship for now? That's gonna be a no. You have the King of Cups and you have it paired with the Three of Swords. If you were to do a friendship now, this could be a possible. When the King of Swords is seen in a negative light, this is someone that can be a manipulator. This is someone that can emotionally manipulate you, and it's going to end up leading to heartbreak. And so, Spirit is saying, no, you should not accept this offer of friendship right now, because Spirit is saying, look, I don't want this person to come back to you as a King of Cups. I want this person to come back as an emperor. This person need to develop more before a relationship is able to be formed in any type of way. And so Spirit is saying, no, this will lead to heartbreak if you do accept it. And you do have the card at the bottom of the deck, which is the Fool card, which is a new beginning. This new beginning is going to emerge once this person mature more and become the emperor. Because see, sometimes when people are going through pain like that, they will try to latch on to you in any type of way. They'll try to latch on to you as a friend or something like that. So it requires them not to change, because they'll think in their mind, okay, well, if I get you as a friend, maybe I can, eventually go over there and then get in the panties, and then it's like this person is going to end up in their mind. They're like, well, I got the exact same thing I was getting from you in the relationship. The only difference is I don't have access to you 24/7. And some people is like, I'm content with that. And because I'm content with that, I don't need to change. It's nothing I need to change. I don't need to change. I don't need to develop. Fuck you, Spirit. I'm not going to do anything else, because technically I got what I want. I might not have it in the exact way I want it, but this compromise is going to do, because this person is going to end up manipulating. And that's what the King of Cups does when he's seen negative. He manipulates the shit out of things. You're dealing with a manipulator. Let this motherfucker go. Let him develop and change. And when it's time, Spirit is going to bring this person back. Somebody said, today is my birthday. What can I expect? Let's see what's in the cards. Let's see what the cards is saying your overall energy is. Okay, you're starting off with the four of wands and Four of Wands. You got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is all about home life. Something is getting ready to happen on the home life. And you have it paired with the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about long-term view. It's about seeing things differently. Something is getting ready to happen on the home life that you're going to see things differently You're going to see things differently, something when it comes to home or somebody, because you do have the Page of Wands here, and the Page of Wands is represented as somebody young. And so, with the Page of Wands, somebody young is getting ready to come back in. This is somebody that's being inspired to come back in, but this person is in the Hermit card that they're stuck. But you have the Ace of Swords here. The Ace of Swords is all about communication, and this is direct, truthful communication. So expect truthful communication to get ready to come back in. And whatever this thing is destined, because you do have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. And the Wheel of Fortune is not going to change. Somebody said, any third parties. Well, let's see if it's a third party in your connection. Oh, and then look, you had another card that came out for the last person that I did. I already forgot what the question was, but you do have the Six of Wands, which represents public recognition. Somebody is going to publicly acknowledge you as well. All right, so let's see if there's any third party in your connection. Let's see, is there a third party? I'm telling you now, you get the threes out. You get the threes out. It is Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. You got a third party, my friend. Or if you have multiple people. All right, we got the Temperance. Temperance is all about rebalancing. Let's see, is there a third party? Is there a third party? I can tell you now this person is distracted, because if the Temperance is coming out in this question, the Temperance is all about being distracted. And you have it paired with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is someone that's very strong and determined. This is someone that could be a boss type figure. There's a possibility this is the third connection. Let me clarify though. Let me clarify with the other deck, because the King of Swords, and then you got the Hangman. The Hangman is a new perspective. You got the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. You got this is third party. You got every last one of these cards represents yes. The Temperance represents yes. The King of Swords represents yes. You have the Emperor that represents yes, and you have the Hangman and the High Priestess that represents maybe. But there's nothing in here that's saying no. So yeah, there's a third party. There's a third party in this connection, and specifically, there's a King of Swords. But it doesn't mean, a third party doesn't mean that they're having sex with the person. This person is just being distracted. Let's see what they feel about. What do they feel about this King of Swords? God damn. You got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is very active energy, which means this person could be having sex. The Knight of Wands is active. Like, if it was something else, it means that this person has strong passion for them. But with the Knight of Wands is active. Like, this is going out and getting it. It said, open those legs. I mean, I'm sorry not to say that about your situation, because I know how that feels. I truly know how that feels. So I'm very sorry about that comment, because trust me, I know how I feel. It hurts. And that's not anything to joke about. That's nothing to fucking joke about when somebody is, not being faithful. So I really am sorry about that, and trying to make fun of your situation. I'm not trying to make fun of your situation, just telling you what the card says. The Knight of Wands is something extremely active. When it's active like this, Wands represents passion. And when you have things like any of the Three of Wands or something like that, or the Two of Wands, where the person is standing still, is a decision that the person have to make, and that person haven't made a decision yet. But when you have something like the Knight of Wands is active. So not only does it mean passion, but this means active passion, which means that there could be sex in this situation. And you do have it paired with the Star card, and the Star card is the card of hope, inspiration, which means that this person could see this person paired with the Star card. It's like this person is not a fuck. It's not a friends with benefits or anything like that. This could be a full blown affair. Would a closure conversation bring forth a new season of abundance and breaking old cycles? Let's see. Let me switch to the other deck. Would a closure conversation bring forth a new season of abundance and breaking situation? Is it going to bring forth a new season of abundance and breaking situation? Is it going to bring forth a new season of breaking situation? Is it going to bring forth a new season, Spirit? Too many cards. Is it going to bring forth a new season? Is it going to bring forth a new season? Is it going to bring forth a new season? So this is actually going to bring, it's actually going to bring about a tower moment. It's saying that, you know, the Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork and working together. So, you know, would a closure conversation bring forth a new season of abundance and breaking those cycles? It's saying that having that conversation of working together, you know, your advice is you need to retreat from this. And you do have it paired with, you know, the Hierophant, which is represented as God at the deck. And it's saying that because this conversation can bring forth a tower moment. And so it's like so this is letting me know that you're going to go into this conversation with good intentions, that you're going to say, look, I'm trying to get closure. That's all I'm trying to get. And quickly a tower is going to come where it's like something is going to happen where somebody is going to say some, and it's going to be like, fuck you. That's why I never liked your motherfucking ass. And it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. When the tower is here, the tower is an abrupt change. It's chaos. It's destruction. Seeking this closure is going to end up creating spirit. No, spirit is saying you need to retreat from this. You need to retreat. You don't need to talk to the person in order to get closure. Spirit is like, nope, it's not time yet. It's that's basically what it's saying. It's not time yet. You know, no. This was a random picture that I bought from a furniture store, and I used it to represent Oya. And so this is for my altar for Oya. And so Oya is right here. And so it's the representation of Oya, just like this picture is the representation of the ancestors. Because you know, Oya is the Orisha of the dead. She is half Agun, half Orisha. And so my altar for Oya is where my ancestor altar is. And so all of this is for dedication of Oya. And so Oya is my head Orisha. And so that's Oya right there. And that's my suit for my ceremony when I got crowned. And so that is for Oya. Then of course Chango is my daddy. And so that is for Oya. That's where I do all of my divination and stuff like that. I always do it beside my mama Oya. Okay, somebody said, will he return? Will he intentionally return? Will he return? Will he return? I mean, none these all these readings has been talking about returns. Will he initiate the return? 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 Right now, he's in stuck energy. You do have the Four of Cups, that this is somebody that's down and depressed. And so to me, it's going to be a yes. Because when this cup is representing the cup that God is giving him, that universe is giving him, so that he can make that offer. And you do have the Nine of Wands, which represents resilience and being very close to success. And so, yes, this is going to be the person that's going to end up initiating the return. And you do have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, that this person is receiving downloads. And even after that, you have the Temperance, which talks about rebalancing, because this person is going through a lot of anxiety and this person want to come back home. And you do have the Page of Pentacles now, which talks about this person offering a gift after thinking about long-term view. So yes, this person is going to end up being the one that initiates the return. Please don't let me mess up and get out of order. Is there dishonor or false mask in their return? Is there dishonesty or a false mask in their return? Is there dishonesty or a false mask in their return? Well, this one wanted to drop out. You got the Royal card. Is there dishonesty or a false mask in their return? That's too many damn cards. You got the four of Pentacles. I'll take it up. You got the Four of Pentacles. You got it paired with the Page of Cups, which talks about a love offer. You have the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups talks about illusions, but in a reading like this, it's talking about daydreaming. You have the Five of Wands, that this person is going through internal conflicts and fights in their minds, and you do have it paired with the Eight of Cups, which talks about being extremely disappointed. Let's look at the hidden emotions and see what the hidden emotions is. Well, you got lusting as the hidden emotion. This person ready to fuck. Baby, that's what they hiding. they trying to hide their print. They not trying to let you see that shit rise as they talk to you. They like, oh, I'm sorry. You like, why you standing like that? Oh, no reason at all. I just been missing you. Yeah. Stand at attention, nigga. Let me see what you hiding. That's what they hiding. What they hiding is what they want to do. This person is saying, baby, what you doing tonight? Can I come over at 10? Y'all ain't watching no damn TV at 10. That's what they hiding. This person ready to fuck. Shit. But you do have the World card here. The World card is the completion of a cycle. This person wants joy, celebration, contentment back into their life. You got this this person has the Four of Pentacles, which talks about holding on to things. And what they're holding on to is they're holding on to this Four of the Page of Cups. This person is holding on of the ideal of giving you an offer. This person is daydreaming about you with the Seven of Cups. And now, with this person holding on to this offer, this could be that this person want to come back in, but they're holding it right now because you do got at the end of this, even though they're daydreaming about you, this is somebody that still have internal conflicts within their mind, and they're extremely disappointed. This could be someone disappointed in their own actions, but you do have the hidden emotion that this person is lusting after you. This person said that they said, baby, I'm ready to lube you up, and that's gonna be the false mask. That false mask is the lube. Oh wait, no, don't let me go too fast. I pity the fool Who go fish? That's cute. That was cute. I pity the fool who go fish. Cause somebody already said looking like a gypsy Mr. T. And then somebody they followed up with I pity the fool who go fish. That was cute. That was cute. That was catchy. I'll give you that. That's cute. That was cute. I like that. I like that comment. I like comedy. I like to laugh. And so I like things that are really funny. And sometimes some of y'all are really just naturally funny. I don't think you try to be funny, but it's like funny as hell. And this one was really funny. That's a really cute comment. I like that one. I pity the fool who go fish. That's funny. That's just funny as hell to me. Will he initiate the return? I think that's the same person. That's the same question. I already answered that. Um, I would like a little wisdom regarding my spiritual path. What should be my next two steps? I mean, let's see what normally normally that would be a Orisha reading. Normally that would, and I can't do a Orisha reading here because Orisha readings you gotta give offering and then you gotta throw the cowrie shells. But let's see what comes out in Igun divination. You know, what is the steps that you need to take? What steps do you need to take? What steps do you need to take? What steps do you need to take? Well, right now, Spirit is saying you need to get out of pain. So right now, the number one step, Spirit is saying, you got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is a lot of pain. It's a betrayal. It's somebody stabbing you 10 times in the back. Spirit is saying you need to get out of this energy. You need to move out of this energy, and you have it paired with the Knight of Pentacles. Is Spirit giving you some type of ideal of a product you need to sell or a business you need to start? Because it's saying that you need to focus on your pentacles and you need to shift your energy from this pain. But a huge transformation is getting ready to happen in your life with the death card being here. You're getting ready to go through a huge transformation, but Spirit is saying that you need to clear out this pain. Your pain could be one of the things that's holding you back. Pain has the ability to paralyze us. That it has the ability to even stop some of our spiritual gifts. Yep. You got the Four of Pentacles. It's saying that you're holding on. You're holding on to this. Spirit is saying that you need to let that go. You need to completely let that go. So yeah, you got a lot of pain that you need to completely clear out. And so Spirit is saying you need to clear out that pain, but you have the Knight of Pentacles here. Spirit could be telling you that it's a business, a product, a job that's coming in, something. Spirit is urging you to work on finances. Finances is very important for you right now. That's the next step, that you're getting ready to be blessed financially, but this blessing is going to come by you putting in a seed. If it was the Ace of Pentacles, it will be a blessing without requiring you to do anything. But with the Knight of Pentacles, it's a seed that you must plant. And so this could be a business or something that you're getting ready to start, or a product that you're getting ready to sell. Okay, did my girlfriend lie on me and get me put in jail? And does she regret it? All right, well let's see what's going on with her. Does she miss me? Okay, let's see. Let's start with what she feel about you. What does she feel about you? 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 What did she feel about you? you got the four of swords. The four of swords is all about resting and retreating, and you have it paired with the knight of swords, and the knight of swords is all about rushing in, being ambitious. This is somebody that like kind of gave up on this connection because like this is somebody with no ambition, no drive. Like this person could be using you. Like this is not a good this is not a good card for what they feel about me. These are not good cards. If the Knight of Swords was first, it will be good. Well, and then the Four of Wands, the Four of Swords still can't be here because this is somebody that has given up on a connection. This is somebody that has given up on a connection. You have the card at the bottom of the deck. You have Five of Wands, which talks about fights and arguments. This is somebody that has given up on a connection. This is someone that has given up. Let's see if this person has been deceitful. You have the Nine of Pentacles that came out, which talks about discernment. I mean, you already saying that you need to discern and you need to open your eyes, and this person has kind of like this person is like checked out with what they feel about me. That was a checked out energy. This is somebody that's just kind of like, nah, I'll stay here because I need a home, but it's not because I really love this person. And you got the world card, which the world card it talks about the completion of a cycle is something you need to see arriving. You need to have discernment. This might not be the connection for you. You need to have discernment. There could be this person is checked out. This person, based on this energy right now, this person is checked out. I answered. Will he initiated the return? Tell us about the dead, Egun, spirit guides, and ancestors. Those are the dead. I talk about those a lot. I'll do another video on it. Will me and my partner come back together and be successful? Let's see. Let's see what the compatibility is going to be. Let's see what do you feel about. Let's see what you feel about them, or do we want to see what they feel about you? Okay, let's see. Let's see what they feel about you. What do they feel about you? Okay, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is good. What do they feel about you? Ten of Pentacles is family and family life, safety and security. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got the Knight of Cups, you got the Knight of Swords, and you got the Two of Wands. This person feels safety and security. They want to offer you a cup of love. They want to rush in and they want to rush in and show their, determination. And this person is anticipating your return with the Two of Wands. Now, what do you feel about them? Is the question. Okay, you got the star card. Come through. Come through. Come through. Come on now. You got the star card. The star card is hope and inspiration. You see, this person is everything. Come on now. Oh, my phone finna die. It just how much I got left. I got 5% left. Um, come through. Look at yeah, this and then you got some regret here with the Five of Cups. But yeah, this is gonna be successful. You got the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck for you, public recognition. Oh, and you got the Ace of Pentacles over here. Yeah, this connection is gonna be good. This connection gonna be good. So will me and my partner come back together and be successful? Yes, that's gonna work out. I answered that one with a closure conversation. That was a no. Please answer my request, bro. I'm going as fast as I can, and my phone finna die. Um, let me see. I think okay. Whether okay, these are just okay. I answered that one. Um, okay, I think that was it because my phone gonna die anyways. The rest are just the Christians getting mad. Should I move now or change careers? Um, this phone is about to die. I tried to get as many as I can, y'all. I tried to get as many as I can. Let's see if I can do this one before this phone. Should I move now and change careers? But those are two different questions. Uh, let's just see what's in the cards for you. Let's see if it. Should I move now and change career? You got what flipped over? You got the ten of wands. You're overburdening yourself. You're stressing yourself out with the ten of wands. What is the clarifier? Because right now you're stressing yourself out. There's so much movement here, and these knights are moving in two different directions. You're stressing yourself out, and you got to meditate and you got to ask why are you looking to move, because it looked like this is being rooted because of the ten of swords, is that you're going through a lot of pain, and now because you're going through a lot of pain you're trying to run and jump ship. And and this could affect safety and security, but it's like you're everywhere. These knights are going in two different directions, and it's saying that you're overburdening yourself. Look, if you're moving based off of pain and stuff like that, stick with it and work through it. Don't run away from your problems, because right now your overall energy is saying that you're stressing yourself out. Okay, yeah, I don't think that I'm going to be able to get any more